Hi, welcome to Mr. Menta's ELL classroom. Today we're going to be finishing up with chapter 15 of the Blue Book. To complete this, you will need this, page 146 from your textbook. You do not need to print it. And this, page 147 of your textbook. You can print that if you want, but you'll also need a separate sheet of paper. So you can print that, but you'll also need a separate sheet of paper. Okay, so let's go over this. So this is going to be a reading exercise, like we always have at the end of our chapters. You know how to do this. First, you're going to read this to yourself. I will not read it to you. Read it to yourself. I recommend reading it out loud. That often helps. This often helps you remember what it says too. After you read the story, it's about the Wilsons' party. So see, they're getting ready for a party. And it even goes on a little bit to the next page. After you read that, you're going to get to this, which is the main activity for the evening, which is reading checkup. What's the answer? So you're going to read these questions and write the answers on a separate sheet of paper. So number one, what did Margaret and Bob Wilson do in the morning? Okay, so you will write on your separate sheet of paper, Margaret and Bob Wilson, vacuumed the house. Whatever it was that you'll read it from the story. Look in the story. So write complete sentences. Complete sentences, okay, to answer every question. But then there's a listening exercise down here that we'll do together and a writing exercise at the end. Okay? All right, so pause the video, read the story, and write the answers in complete sentences, okay? All right. Okay, did you pause the video and write all the answers? There were a lot. This is a good long exercise. I liked it. Okay, so let's go over the answers. Check your work now. I hope you did all the work. I'm trusting you. Number one, what did Margaret and Bob Wilson do in the morning? Margaret Wilson cleaned the yard. Bob painted the fence. Okay, so that was two sentences. Margaret cleaned the yard. Bob painted the fence. Okay. Number two, how did Mr. and Mrs. Wilson prepare for the party in the afternoon? Okay. Mr. Wilson cooked spaghetti for dinner. Mrs. Wilson baked apple pies for dessert. Okay. By the way, did you notice that when they talked about people eating the apple pie, they put the word loved in quote marks? What do you think was up with that? What was the deal with that? That was weird. I just want you to know, as an English teacher, that's not the way we would usually use quote marks. That's weird to me. But anyway. Number three. When did the guests arrive? The guests arrived about 7:30. Number four. Where did the guests sit after they arrived? They all sat in the living room. And make sure you wrote sat. S-A-T. Not sit. Sat, because this is the past. They sat in the living room. Number five, what did they eat and drink before dinner? They ate cheese and crackers and drank lemonade. Okay, what did Margaret do after dinner? Okay. Margaret sang. Sang. S-A-N-G. Sang. And number seven, What did Mr. and Mrs. Wilson do after dinner? Mr. and Mrs. Wilson showed a video of their trip to Hawaii. Okay, great. So now we will go on to the listening section. This is I thought about cutting this exercise out, but we'll do it. This is the one place where it might be useful to you to have printed it. So if you printed it, you're just going to circle A or B, plant or planted, all right? If you did not print it, then on your separate sheet of paper, I want you to write the entire word that you think you hear. So don't just write A, write plant. Or don't write B, write planted, okay? So I am going to read you a story, and you listen and choose which word did I say. Did I say plant or planted for number one, okay? What page is this? 147. So number one. Remember, I only say it once. We plant flowers in the garden in the spring. Which one did I say? Did I say plant or planted? Okay. You should be either circling the word you heard or writing the word you heard. Okay. It was A, plant. We plant flowers in the spring. Number two. I worked at the office all day. Which one? Number two? What did I say? It was B. I worked at the office all day. Number three. They studied English all morning. Which one was it? Was it study or studied? It was studied. They studied English all morning. Number four. Mr. and Mrs. Jones sit in their living room all day. Which one? What did I say? Sit or sat? It was sit. Mr. and Mrs. Jones sit in their living room all day. Number five. They drank lemonade all summer. What did I say? Number five? It was drank. They drank lemonade all summer. Number six. I waited for the bus all morning. What did I say? It was waited. I waited for the bus all morning. Number seven. They finished their work at 5 o'clock. What did I say? It was finish. They finish their work at 5 o'clock. Number 8. We invited our friends to the party. Number 8. It was invited. We invited our friends to the party. Number 9. I eat cheese and crackers. That was eat. I eat cheese and crackers. Number 10. She cleaned her apartment all afternoon. It was cleaned. She cleaned her apartment. Number 11. We wash our clothes at the laundromat. I'll say that one again. We wash our clothes at the laundromat. Wash. We wash our clothes at the laundromat. And number 12. He watched TV all evening. B. Watched. He watched TV all evening. All right, and now let's move on to the writing exercise. These writing exercises are very good to do in class. When we're doing them over videos, it's all on you. It's all on the honor system. So, a party. Tell about a party you enjoyed. What did you eat? What did you drink? What did people do at the party? Eat, dance, talk about, etc. Okay? So I want you to write at least 5 sentences using this as your guide. You know, any party you've been to in the last, well, ever that you can think of. Just say, I had fun at my friend's birthday party. We ate cake. We drank milk. We danced the hokey pokey. Whatever. Okay? Write 5 sentences with correct grammar, the kinds of sentences we were having up there, talking about something in your life. Write that down, and then that is the end of this chapter. Good work.